Hello, welcome to the Battle in Barra Gaming, and we're going to have another review video where we're going to be looking at the latest Fighting Fantasy game book, the Crystal of Storms, written by Rhianna Pratchett. So yeah, let's have a look at it. So this is what the book looks like. It's got that Scholastic type style. I also, when I got this, I bought the re-release of Warlock of Firetop Mountain, and Scholastic has this lovely solid block of colour, not going for the green of old. The spine on this one's gold. The Ian Livingstone one seems to be gold, the other seems to be sort of more in keeping with the rest of the cover. That's what the back looks like, this lovely little underwater bit, which I haven't got to yet. I'm not going to say I haven't completed it yet. I want to get this review done because originally I ordered this from Amazon, pre-ordered it from Amazon, but then I got an email saying it's not going to be released to the 6th, and then I heard that Alligator Books, or the Alligator's Mouth, were doing it, and it's like a little independent bookshop, so I thought I'd cancel my order from Amazon and pre-order both of them from there. And when you do that, not only do you get the books, but you also get these, or got these brilliant Fighting Fantasy dice. So on the ones here you got the FF sign, and these are lovely dice. Nice thing is they're purple, matches the new book, kind of like that. And also you got sort of book plates, signed book plates, which I've got mine framed here of Ian Livingstone and Rhianna Pratchett. These are beautiful, so this sits on my desk now. Love that. So yeah, the book. What's the story like? What I've played so far. I'm really enjoying it, I have to say. Let's talk about that first. The setting is rather different compared to normal. There is a set of floating islands, and you are sort of I think they call it a sky warden. Let's have a look. Yeah, so set in Pangaea. You can see here. Yeah, and I'm going to call it a Sky Warden. I can't remember, I could be wrong. Skywatch, that's what it's called. You're a member of the Skywatch, but quite like a rookie. And it starts off with a big bang with one of the islands falling from the sky. You getting hurled down with it and escaping. Really like that. It's a different story rather than your usual sort of fantasy fare. I'm quite into generic fantasy, I have to admit, so when a story like this comes along slightly different, a bit dubious, but really enjoying this, so that's good. It's different to this island here. Also in the story, the first thing you do is trying to tell stuff. I'm not going to go into too many spoilers. The story. It's difficult to review a book and a narrative without doing so, but the first thing you do here, page 1, is pick your home, which I quite enjoyed, and that will have a slight effect on when you visit that area. If you're from there, you get a bit of help, so which is nice, interesting. And on this also, it's like a little hub world, so you're going to visit all these floating islands to investigate what's going on. And yeah, rather than before where it's quite linear, this isn't. You start in the centre, you go off, do all bits over here, come back to the hub as it were, go off, do something over here. Really liking that. It just makes it slightly different. One of the other things this book has, if we where's the adventure sheet? I'm not writing the adventure sheet, I always kind of just knock my own up here. Is this use of code words. So as you go on, this is basically a massive mystery investigation, which again is slightly different to normal books. So you're trying to solve the mystery of what happened to the island dropping out the sky. And one of the aspects was you get these code words, and then later on, once you've investigated something, and later on, I don't know if probably won't be able to find it, but you'll get a bit where it says, do you have this code word? If you do, turn to this. It means you've done some investigation and it will help you out. If not, well, I'm guessing you can still complete it without. There's a few that I've missed. I've got to a stage where it says, do you have this code word? And I don't have it. So I'm loving that. Also, yeah, obviously going by the art, which we'll cover in a minute, but going by the art, you think it's very childish, I guess, for want of a better word. But there's some really deep bits in here. There's this bit with a guy, a minor spoiler. So I don't know if you want to play it and not have this bit done, skip ahead a few minutes. But there's a guy called Caleb, and there's this really difficult choice. Basically, it's Alien. He has a thing inside his chest, and you got a choice of whether you kill him and put him out of his misery, or just stand back, do nothing, and let the thing burst out of his chest. I found that quite harrowing. It's brilliant, in fact. So overall, the way the game works and the story, it's excellent. It's one of the best fighting fantasy books that have come out in recent years. Really, really, really like it. In fact, I'm gonna probably complete it this weekend, but I just wanted to get this review done. I think I'm fairly near the end now. Also, yeah, ordering from Alligator's Mouth, got this awesome bookmark. So, yeah. One thing I haven't done is made a map for this, so I'm playing this without a map, which is dangerous because I can never remember. Yep, I kind of like it. Also, another thing which is, I guess it might have been done in other books, but definitely new to me, I don't think I've seen it, is the provisions. Rather than just having 10 provisions to start off with, or you find provisions, you go along and they all restore 4 stamina, you get different provisions in this that can give different stamina amounts. So some corn I've got here that does 3, some cabbage leaves do 2, but the cabbage leaves as well also have another use in the game as well. So yeah, very, very well done. But now let's get to the I don't know if I say negative, I think that's a bit wrong. Let's get to the bit that sort of annoys old fighting fantasy fans of modern books, shall we say, and that's the art. I mean, people don't like it. I've not enjoyed the previous art. I felt the style didn't suit. If we look, because we got something here, the style of the art here, whether it's not just saying necessarily grim seriousness, I'm talking about the actual pencil art, goes really well with black and white. That's what I'm referring to here. Whereas the art in the modern books, I don't think it suits black and white too much. You lose detail. I think these would probably look great if they're in colour prints, but in black and white they sort of lose something. And I would say, I'm going to have to sort of play devil's advocate with the art. I don't think this art is drawn for old Final Fantasy fans. Obviously these are trying to target the same age group as when we first started playing it, which is a younger age group. So they're probably into different things. I dare say Scholastic has done some sort of research, market research, into what sort of styles people like nowadays, the youth like nowadays. And this probably fits to what they like. I just don't think the style suits black and white. I can imagine this looking really cool coloured. But is the art bad? This is probably, in the modern books, it's probably got some of the best pictures in. I mean, when we look at some, there's only one I particularly don't like, but yeah, it's better than what there has been. It's definitely stylistic, as you can see here. These are harpies. I thought these already. Stylistic, it's not the old style we're used to, but it's definitely an improvement on what's come before. But I think it's not aimed at us, at my age group. You know, that middle-aged man who's still playing kids' books. It's definitely not aimed at that. And so I do quite enjoy it. I mean, something's quite sinister, like that. It's quite sinister looking. Yeah, so that actually works really well in black and white. That looks pretty cool. I think the more hatch line drawing does work better for in black and white. So now we got that out the way. Is the art bad? No, it's perfectly good art. It's perfectly good art. I do love these things. what they call Canadors, which is what this is. It's a dog with wings. What's not to love about a dog with wings? And Cloudkin, these seem to be quite new. Quite enjoy these sort of almost sentient clouds. Here's a quite like that picture. Yeah, so the art, it's not going to be to old people's taste. Sorry to refer to us as old people, but I think it will appeal to the younger generation the books aren't necessarily, you know, kind of aiming for. So who is the artist in this? Eva Esklinen. So yeah, good artist. Kind of like her. I wouldn't mind seeing sort of more of her stuff. See what other stuff she's done. I mean, yeah. So Lightning Serpent. So yeah, that might be a big off-put for older fans of fighting fantasy who are more used to the sort of hatch line art of the old style books. I mean, not the art itself, but the style is what I'm trying to get across. Suits black and white. So this, if this is modern, this would all be shaded in grey. It's more grey scale shading, whereas here you can see they're getting the shading by line, so it's not solid. I think that suits black and white better. And also then when you have the sort of solid black here, it just pops better. So this isn't grey, this is just hatch lines. It sort of works better than, I don't know, it's probably can't find than this, where you can see this would be hatched before, whereas this is sort of solid colours. I reckon that'd be brilliant if it was in its original, if it was colour to begin with. Just suits that better. So yeah, I mean, look at that, Evil Cloudkin. I do like, that's a good, cool picture. I like that. So yeah, overall, I'm really impressed with this. I think I've been the person that's been impressed with the modern Scholastic offerings anyway. I even enjoyed the Charlie Higson book. I found that quite funny. Really, it was quite a fun book. Enjoyed the Ian Livingstone books, and I've immensely enjoyed this. This has been one of my favourites in a long time. So would I recommend it? Yes, I would. If you haven't got it and you're a fighting fantasy fan, you should definitely go and get it. It's a real cool book. And that's it for this review. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed me waffle on about a really cool book. One more thing I want to say is this shade of purple. There's something about it, something very calming about this purple, this cover. It's kind of with me at all times at the moment, this book. Sort of sitting downstairs while we're maybe watching a film that I'm not interested in, and I'm sort of reading, looking and playing this. So yeah, good book. Thank you for watching. Until the next video guys, take care.